Hello, group. Welcome to Extract Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, The Damned, not like everybody else. Indeed. It's a covers record? Yes. A lot of those lately. But The Damned does do their own take on these 10 songs. Pretty much faithful. But there is certain aspects that is unique to The Damned, making it their own song. And it's a tribute to their former bandmate, late bandmate, that died last year, Brian James. You also know Brian James as being a founding member of not only The Damned, but also Lords of the New Church, with Steve Bators from the Dead Boys. And so Brian was the major person with the vision for the band. And there's a story in one of the background publicity stories, Billboard, if I remember correctly. And the bandmate is saying, well, I didn't know what this band was going to be, because after all, The Damned was the first punk band. Before the Pistols, before the Clash. So the people who joined The Damned, to form The Damned in the first place, they didn't necessarily know they were going to be something different. And so there's one band member, Brian James, went, come with me. I'll show you what we're going to be doing. It's not going to be glam rock. Because at that time, 75, 76, glam rock was the rage. And prog. But glam metal. Not glam metal, but glam rock. So he sat his bandmate down and said, this is what we're going to do. He played them Iggy and the Stooges, the MC5, and the New York Dolls. And as his bandmate said to the reporter, he reprogrammed me. Because, of course, Iggy and the Stooges, MC5 from the early 70s, and the New York Dolls, just before punk, those are the templates for punk as we know it. So Brian played those bands for his future bandmate and said, this is what we're going to do. And they got it. He said, this is good, let's do it. And they did it for 50 years going on now. So it's 10 songs, largely from the 1960s, the Stooges is early 70s. But these are template songs that got Brian James into the music that he had done in his lifetime. So, you get, and it's done in the style of The Damned, while still being faithful to the 10 originals. The first song, maybe half of these songs I was familiar with, and you're going to be familiar with. Do we all know Summer in the City by the Lovin' Spoonful? John Sebastian. We know Summer in the City, don't we? Gimme Danger by the Stooges. Hold on. I got receipts. Stooges, Raw Power. So that's covered. Kimmy Danger. Yardbirds. We know that song. We know this song. Heart Full of Soul by the Yardbirds. You know that. Maybe some of you don't know this song, but I knew it. But it's not the cliche Pink Floyd. It's a Syd Barrett Pink Floyd. You know, the good era. Before they became cliches. See Emily play. That's nice. They did well. And the Animals. When I Was Young. That would come back. The Rolling Stones. The Last Time. My Rolling Stone shirt. And that's a live performance. The last song, apparently, they did live with Brian James before he died. So that's a special thing to have for a tribute to Brian James. So those are the songs you know. Now, some other songs may be better known by people in Europe or especially England. The first song, There's a Ghost in My House. It was a Motown subsidy song. You know, sub-label to Motown here in America. Didn't do anything in America. But it did okay in Britain. A song called There's a Ghost in My House by R. Dean Taylor. First I've heard. Nice tune to kick off the album. The third track, Making Time. I love Making Time. But I don't believe I ever heard the original version of Making Time by The Creation. I know Making Time. If you're a Richie Blackmore mega fan, or Albert Lee, or Big Jim Sullivan, this is basically a weekend jam. They got together, and Ian Pace from T Purple on drums too, and other people of known quality. You see the names on the album cover. Green Bullfrog. It's great. And they do a great cover of Making Time by The Creation. I thought it was from this. You gotta be a major record nerd to know this record, and not just record nerds should know Green Bullfrog. Absolutely amazing record. And the record that Richie Blackmore mega fans probably don't own and don't know exists. You have to own. You love Richie Blackmore, you have to own this. Absolutely great. That has a great version of Making Time. Hell of a riff. Hell of a... Who are those three guitar players who's playing that riff? I have to say the money is Big Jim Sullivan. But I love Making Time. And you'll love it here. Okay. I'm not big into the Kinks. So I didn't know, and this is the semi-title song, I'm Not Like Everybody Else. Remember? Album title is Not Like Everybody Else. The song is I'm Not Like Everybody Else. It's a song by the Kinks, but it's sung not by Ray Davies. It's sung by Dave Davies. Not that I heard the original. I like this version. You Must Be a Witch. It was a 60s garage band that wanted to be known as the Reeds. But the manager screwed them up and renamed them for this single, You Must Be a Witch. Renamed them the Lollipop Shop. He wanted to take advantage of the bubblegum scene. You Must Be a Witch is not a bubblegum song, as you may imply. It's a good garage rock mid-60s song. Never heard until now. And so those are the more obscure songs on the collection. So you're going to get songs you never heard before. They're cool. Going to hear songs, yeah, you heard them before. You heard The Last Time by the Stones. You heard When I Was Young by the Animals. You heard Summer in the City by the Lovin' Spoonful and whatever else I named. You heard that. But it is their own take, with it while still being faithful. Because after all, it's a tribute to their fallen bandmate. So they're not going to screw around too much with the song, but it is damned a bit, per se. And it's really nice. A really nice collection. 10 songs, 34 minutes. It's good. And anything else supposed to remember? I told you the story about Brian James teaching his bandmate. Brian James was a founding member. And that's basically what I got. And the Dam is going to be with us for 50 years. Where did the time go? Well, we know where it went. Behind us. If you didn't infer, the Dam's from England. If you didn't know that. Genre. This is punk. Damned is the first punk band. We made that clear. But this record is not punk album. It is pretty much faithful to the original material. Basically mid-60s, 60s garage rock. So this is what you're hearing here. You know, they just got in the studio for 5 days and pounded out these 10 songs. Lineup of the band. You know, it's traditional members. Newest member here is the keyboard player who's been around since 94 or 96 if I remember correctly. But Rat Scabies is back, the drummer. First time in 30 years, Rat Scabies is back in the band. And the other usual suspects. And, you know, but yeah, this don't anticipate a punk record. I think there's, you know, someone said it, damn, hasn't been punk in 40 years. Regardless, and after all, punk is fashion. Punk is not music. Punk is a fashion. I said it before, I'll say it again by next week probably. But this album is basically 60s garage rock. If you walk into that attitude, you're going to hear some 60s garage rock, and just 60s classics, you're ready. You're ready to hear this. Is there any sentimental ballads? Hell no. Let me double check. Anything that's just, well, there's a ghost in my house is kind of a sentimental piece. But Heart Full of Soul, kind of sentimental. But no. And the last time's a bit. But is this ballads? No. This rocks. Anything to be offended by. Well, if you're an idiot. There is a line in the old song by the Animals when I was young. It's now going on 60 years. But in current events, I'm going to warn you, any idiots out there, racist idiots, there's a line. I may not get this exactly right. Had my first love at 13. She was brown. I was pretty green when I was young. Interracial relationships. That was pretty edgy. In 1966 or 7, whenever that song came out. 68 at the latest. That references to an interracial relationship, even if you're 13. That was edgy, really edgy back then. That's supposed to be edgy now, right? Wrong. I'm in America. I'm taping this Sunday morning. You're going to see this Friday morning, or whenever you get around to this. It's premiering Friday morning. Yesterday, ICE in Minnesota, in the United States, ICE, the secret police, hunting down minorities in America, shot and killed someone else on video yesterday. And born from racism about racial minorities immigrating here. If you're a white person immigrating here, no problem. Yeah, we'll take in the people of South Africa, the ones the white children of apartheid. We'll take in some Ukrainians, but we may ship, and Jews, oh heck yeah, come on in. But you're brown, show us your papers. I don't mean to digress, but current events in America, and I'm not the first one. I hope this quote from 1984, the novel of George Orwell, is correct. I take it that the quote is correct from the novel. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. Sorry, sometimes I can't read my handwriting. We read 1984 to prevent. I read 1984 in high school before you were born, probably. And that was to prevent what we're seeing in America right now. And I'm sure a lot happened in the 5 from the time I'm taping this to when you're going to see this. If you're the type, pray. So, sorry for the digression. Just had to say something from the heart. But that's my warning about the other 9 songs should be fine for you. I hope. And like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to Action Rock Corner. Ring the notification bell. And go listen on YouTube. And you can buy it. It's all over the world for purchase. The Damned. Not like everybody else. And come back. What do you think? This punk? This garage rock? Mid-60s garage rock? And 60s pop music? Yes. So tell us if you love it or not. I didn't say what I saved. Did I save anything? I'm going to save some stuff here. There's some good stuff in there. For latest in action rock, garage rock, punk, psychobilly, rockabilly, stoner, psych, whatever rocks. We'll have it here for you at Action Rock Corner. And of course, in classic legacy bands like The Damned, celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. Thank you for watching. Remember, have fun with your music. Have fun with races. Just blast when I was young at people. So have fun. And fresh music is as important as fresh food. Thank you for watching again. And we'll see you again soon. Bye.